What is going on, everybody? It is Frank the Tank, and welcome to week number 15 of Leagues. First things first, I hope you all enjoyed your Christmas, and also Happy New Year to everybody. We are officially in 2023. This is insane. 2022 felt like it just flew by because I don't even remember anything of what I did. But then again, I'm really bad at remembering things, oh well, but all we can do now, now that it is 2023, all we can do is just hope and pray that 2023 is better than last year. Because for me personally, this past year was, whatever. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Especially a lot of things in the world that took effect on us. For example, like a lot of things got raised in price, especially the gas. That's one thing that definitely affected all of us really badly. And yeah, all we can do is just hope and pray for better days, or for a better year. Yeah. Also, I feel like I owe you guys an apology for my lack of presence because I do believe, because we did have that 1 week off from bowling because the our days of bowling landed on Chris pretty close to Christmas and all that stuff. Um, yeah, we had to skip a week of bowling, so there was nothing for me to do there. And I did have some videos stashed away for you that I was planning to upload, and I do believe that I promised you guys that, and I did not hold up my end of the deal on that. And the reason for that was because I honestly felt tired, fatigued, overwhelmed. I was burnt out, and um, yeah, I got lazy. I partied a little too hard. I ate, I drank a lot, and it was the holidays. Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff. You know, I just felt like I wanted to, get away from bowling for a little bit. I didn't even want to touch a bowling ball. I wanted to get away from social media and YouTube altogether. And, I just wanted to really enjoy these next 2 weeks. And it felt pretty good. Felt like it was something that I really needed because, I felt like I was just putting too much of my energy. And I felt like I was making this my like I was making this my top priority, and as much as I care about all you guys, my viewers, this isn't really my top priority, and I felt like I was just too focused into this, and I realized that Jesus Christ, I need to take a step back. Yeah, that's why because of all the how burnt out I felt after this vacation that I took. I didn't have the energy. I just didn't have it in me to pick up the laptop and edit. And I didn't even go and bowl. I have not even touched a bowling ball. And yeah, going back into this, I felt very tired. I still feel like I wasn't at 100%. So I walked into this week number 15 of league feeling very fatigued. I felt very out of shape, no energy. Yeah, I just got burnt out real quick. I felt like a big, huge 300-pound man that was out of shape or something like that. I was burnt out, and you guys are actually going to see it. It's going to show for sure in this week number 15. So, yeah, I guess that's really all I've got. I mean, what else can I say other than I walked into this one very, very, very unprepared. I did not practice a single. Not a day of practice at all. No spares, no form, nothing. I didn't even practice at home. And I was concerned about that because, I thought, how bad is this going to be? How will my scores get affected? How is my mental game? All that stuff. I was I walked into this one with zero preparation. And in a way, I didn't really care all that much because, I guess I just treated this one in a way like just go out there and just, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. It's the end of the year, you know. There's no reason to you know, uh, get crazy with this and take it too seriously and all that. So, yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and roll the clip and see how week number 15 turned out. Okay, guys, here we go. Week number 15 of League. And also, I'm repping a new jersey. I'm representing for a team that was formed by my main man, Ivan Herrera, really good friend of mine. I've mentioned his name on this channel various amounts of times. He's the guy who made all the custom shoes for me. The gold pair, the army camo pair, the emerald green pair, the green monster edition pair that we call it. He made me this incredible looking jersey and it turned out great. So shout out to my man Ivan. Thank you for the jersey. And shout out to Viz Sportswear. I think that's what they're called. VIS, Viz Sportswear, because they make they're the ones who had the jersey made. Of course, he created the design, the layout for all of it, and then they had it made. Shout out to them, not just because of how well it turned out, but because of how quickly they ship things. Like literally, he had the jersey made, and then within a matter of days, it made its way to me, and I'm surprised because they're based somewhere in Europe. I want to believe maybe somewhere in Italy, but they're out there in Europe, and they ship stuff very quickly. And usually when stuff gets shipped overseas, it takes quite a while. But these guys, man, they don't play around. When you want something made, they get it done, and they ship it to you very quickly. So, yeah, repping a new jersey on my return to the lanes. And as you can see there, we're using an infinite physics, standing on 22.5. And great shot, great form at the foul line for not having practiced a single bit. So as I said, for this week, I walked in unprepared, not just in how much, how I did not practice at all, but I also did not know what to choose for bowling balls. I literally just picked 3 and just went with it. I picked out the infinite physics, which I had never used. I had it punched up, but it just stayed in the bag, and yeah, I never ever picked it up, and I was using it for the first time on these lanes, and it had a 60 by 4 by 30 layout along with the dart code, which I feel like it always stays in the bag because we all know how good it is. I love it so much. Decided I wanted to put some more juice on it, and that's why I don't have the dart code with the 85 by 4 1/4 by 50 layout because it's a weaker layout. I decided to go with 60 by 4 by 30 because of how they changed their house shot. They put a little more oil, and the ball, I wanted it to have more. And so it now with this 60 by 4 by 30 layout, the ball has more continuation. It is a little softer around the corner, but I feel like that's what the ball needed in order for me to be able to use it again. And of course, the pitch black is always in the bag. So yeah, that's what I decided to go with. Literally didn't even think about it, just grabbed them, put them in the bag, and headed out there. So I made the decision to start with the infinite physics because in the 10 minutes of practice, it's the one that looked good for me. And if anything should happen, I'll try the dart code, and then if that fails, the pitch black. So there we go. I'm making the shot. Same thing as on the right lane. For both lanes, I was standing on board 22.5, and yeah, on that right lane, it was a good shot, obviously, as you guys saw. And then on the left lane, I thought it was a good one, but guess not enough. And there's my lack of practice coming into play right there. All right, so here we go back on the right lane again, and I just kept telling myself, just don't overwhelm yourself with a bunch of thoughts. Just keep it simple. Try to play it on that line that you're trying to play. And that one right there, you could see that the ball didn't really want to, it didn't really curve it as much as I thought it would. And I want to believe that maybe it's because I didn't put enough on it. I felt really weak on these lanes. Like I said, I haven't practiced. I wasn't conditioned for this. And yeah, I felt like I wasn't strong enough to really launch that ball down there. I felt like I didn't have the power to really hook it. And nice to see that I wasn't totally screwing up on my 10 pins. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that feeling I do not like. When I feel like I haven't bowled in years, that's how I literally felt walking up to these lanes. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I probably look really, really bad. But I'm looking back at this, and it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. So yeah, I forgot to mention what happened with that shot on the left lane. I made the move to 22, as you guys saw there, and it went high, so I knew for a fact that, and I made that move because of the 10 pins that came up as on the left and the right lane. So I thought, okay, well, let's move to 22 on this left lane and see what happens. And as you can see, the ball went high. Luckily, I tripped the 4 and whatever else that was still standing. And yeah, after that, I thought, okay, 22 clearly was not the answer. I guess maybe I just need to throw it a lot quicker because, like I said, I feel very weak. I feel like I just didn't have the power to really push the ball through. And I noticed up on the monitors, too, that my speed was a lot slower. So I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to be on 22 and a half, where I know that's the correct spot to line up on, I have to throw it quicker. And that one, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than I probably threw it slow, but the ball hit the pocket properly, and it just curved a little too much and left me a 9-pin. That shot definitely became like an indication for me, like, okay, I definitely got to throw it quicker. Alright, so back on the left lane, moving back to 22 and a half, and I got it left off my hand. I knew it. Went through the nose, and I left the 3-6-10. And every spare opportunity that came up, I was concerned in my ability to be able to even pick up that spare because of the lack of practice. But it's nice to see that again. You know, it seems like I haven't lost it. Alright, so up on the right lane yet again, making sure, trying to tell myself don't get it left. Fell off on it, but the shot was pretty good. Alright, I believe we are on the 8th frame. I don't even know. I'm not even keeping track. That was a nice one. But say hello to the 10-pin yet again. Yeah, there it is. There's the lack of practice coming into play. Alright, so we have made it to the 9th frame. And the plan remains unchanged. Let that one fall off my hand, and you can kind of see actually that I made it look like I didn't even hook it all that much. You could see how the ball gets around the corner too. Messed up as I fell off balance, and somehow, yeah, I see like what was that? And somehow it made it around. And I got a light hit, and they all fell over, but wow. So right here, I made the decision that I would test out the dart code since it's already the 10th frame, and this game was not looking too good. So I thought, let's give it a go, and let's see what happens. So I made the move, picked up the dart code, and here was the result. First shot, I didn't even get it right enough. That was I didn't even get on the top of the board down lane that I wanted it to. You could clearly tell it was an obvious indication of it. So I knew for the next shot not to do that. Yeah, that was not a good shot either. I feel like I got it. My intention was to get it to the right down here, and I got it more like over here, and as a result went through the nose. And I also noticed that I threw that one slower as well, and I end up with the split. And I believe for that first game I ended up with the 180. So I ended up telling myself, okay, the dart code definitely it's not going to work for me. Especially because I just can't get myself to execute. I could tell straight away from those two shots. So I thought to myself, okay, we're going to go to the pitch black on the left lane, and we're going to continue with the infinite physics on the right lane, because I know for a fact that the dart code won't work on this right lane, and I kind of like the look that I was getting from the right lane with the infinite physics. Alright, so here we go at the beginning of game number 2, picking up the pitch black on the left. Not knowing what was going to happen, and straight away I got it left. I sent it straight up the boards, and as a result, set it up to crossover, and I end up with, I believe that's the 6th pin. And my lack of practice coming into play right here. Look at that. How could I possibly make that happen? So here we are continuing with the infinite physics on the right lane until I can't no more. And then suddenly the ball just takes a sharp turn left, and I'm thinking at this point like a bunch of things. Like, I'm actually asking myself several questions, like, did I throw it too slow? Is the friction increasing? Like, is the lane already getting dry? Like, I couldn't tell. I felt like I needed another shot on that lane in order for me to be able to determine what the heck happened right there. But I did look up at the monitor, and I did notice the speed wasn't my usual speed. Alright, so on the left lane for the third frame, we're back with the pitch black. And this ball actually went pretty much right up the 9 board. And yeah, the ball just didn't really hit the pocket and continue through. It deflected, so it was obvious that whatever I did at the release contributed to that. And where I laid the ball down to go, like, you know, that you guys could see that path. I mean, it just went straight up that 9 board. And yeah, we're off to a very slow start on this second game already. But luckily I wasn't missing on my 10 pins. It was just those, I believe it was 2 times already that I missed the 10 pin. Alright, and on this right lane, I told myself that I was going to try to throw it with a little more power, just to see what would happen. And the shot seemed good, but that result played out again, so I thought, okay, now I know it's definitely getting a little drier down there. Because you guys saw, I'd been standing on 22.5 on the first game with that ball, and it made it to the pocket, and now it's not. So clearly that narrowed it down for me. And I wasn't about to miss one of those again. Alright, back on this left lane with the pitch black. Trying to tell myself not to get over that 9 board. I needed to get right of that. And I did it again. And as you can see, like, that was basically on the 9 and 10 board right there. Just straight up it all the way through. And as a result, I'm left with the split. Much worse than the last shot. I can't remember what I got the last time I was on this left lane. But that's definitely much worse than the last time. And you know me, always trying to go for it. Not a bad attempt, but I'm left with nothing in the end. That one I didn't get it right enough, and then that 3, 6, 9, 10 was like the final straw for me, I think, and I thought, okay, I'm not gonna waste frames trying to battle with myself and with this ball and with whatever the heck is going on down there. So I think it was at this point that I made the decision that I'm going to make the change to the pitch black. And because I didn't trust myself with the infinite physics and dark code to be able to, you know, hook at this 3, 6, 9, 10, I picked up my pitch black, and I moved to like 23 with this. Fell off on it, but at least I got it, and, you know, prevented another open, because I knew that would have definitely been disastrous. Alright, on the left lane again, again trying to tell myself not to get it left. That was a little better, but still, I noticed that it was kind of on that 8, 9, 10 area, and somehow that ball held. I don't know how. So there I go, making the change with the pitch black, putting back the infinite physics in the bag, standing on 12, and finally we got a double. Alright, back on the left, and again, got it left. My God, how much that held, and it went high, and you see the 4 go last. Alright, so here we are in the 10th frame, and honestly, this right here, what's about to happen, is so embarrassing that I almost don't even want to show you it, but I can't have anything to hide. So, shot seemed pretty good, but the ball went high, and I end up leaving the 4, and this is what makes this embarrassing. So the objective here was that I needed to pick this up and get low count in the next shot in order for in order for me to get the victory for my team. And look at this. Oh my goodness, I missed that. Can you believe that that just happened? So that embarrassing whiff ended up costing it ended up costing my team a point, and we lost by like 2 pins. So I knew I needed to come up big on this one. No more messing around. So again, going with that plan that I decided right at the end of game 2, pitch black on the left and right. And I think it was in this shot that I decided to stand on 12 because I didn't know what was going on until this one. Yeah, that right there. I noticed, okay, the ball is definitely picking up down there, and here we are with that result again, so I knew I needed to make a move to the left. So here I go, attempting this again, hooking at it. Wasn't about to miss that again, no way. All right, on the left, standing on 12 as I have been. The shot was not that great. As you can see, I didn't get it to the right like I wanted it to. I got it straight up to 8 and 9, and I ended up tripping the 4 again. All right, frame number 3, and this time we make a half board adjustment. And we move from 12 to 12 and a half. How does it play out? Played out nicely. I was like, yes, we got something. There's life. There may be hope for us in the end as we open with a 9 spare and a double, and we move into the 4th frame as I continue to be on 12. Struggling to get the ball more to the right. I don't know how that one ended up working out, but yeah, right there. You can see my reaction, like, that's where the fatigue starts setting in. Like, I started feeling hot. I started feeling like the sweat was coming on. I couldn't even post my shot because I was just like, my leg, like that feeling, like I was putting all the weight on it, and I was just like, I needed to get like, you know, I needed to like just get out of posting my shot because I just didn't have the energy to even post. See, like I got out of it because I was just tired. See, I was like, Jesus Christ, can this be over already? Yeah, all of that on top of the fact that I'm putting pressure on myself to continue striking because I realize I have a string and I need to redeem myself after those 2 horrible games. So I think I'm now on 3 in a row and a 9 spare. And I think we're in the 5th now. See, falling off. Trying my best. See, I'm just tired. You can't really see my face because my webcam here is in the way, but I am just like walking away, wanting to be put out of my misery. Not gonna lie, the feeling tired mentally and physically distracted me from the fact that I was at, what, 4 in a row, I think? See? Falling out of it. I was tired. I was losing my energy. Every ball I threw, it was like taking the life out of me more and more. Yeah, so the thing I tried doing to be able to repeat these shots was just to get myself to lay the ball down in the area that I wanted it to because I knew exactly where to lay it down, like that. And yeah, I just kept telling myself, okay, you know exactly where you're laying it down. Use that to help you repeat shots. Okay, so on this shot, I actually messed up. I felt like I didn't actually properly hook it, and I felt like this ball was probably not going to get back. And if it did, it was going to be very light, and it wasn't going to strike. See, my reaction says it all, like, oh, okay, well then that worked. That somehow it worked. Good God, never have I felt so sluggish. I mean, I don't ever want to feel like this again. I really need to get back into exercising again because... And I also got to get back out on the lanes too, you know, to be able to condition myself to be able to go through this without even feeling tired. But the cool thing is that the opposing team, it was only 2 guys. 2 of their other teammates didn't show up. But yeah, those 2 other guys were like egging me on. They were like, every strike that I got, like they were like, you know, they were being very supportive, you know, and because the thing is that these 2 guys are new to League. And, well, they were really cheering me on, and that was kind of cool because, you know, they had never seen such a string of strikes. I guess it was just a rare thing for them. Fell off. My energy, man. My energy levels were so low. My goodness. How was I on this string of strikes? I just don't know. But yeah, that I'm not gonna lie, that was helping me through this. The fact that the opposing team and my teammate were like, cheering me on, and they were like, like keep it going, man, keep it going, you're right there. And I totally forgot that I was making a run for season high score here. I'd gotten it, and I was like, oh, relief. I didn't realize it until after that shot. That I had the flashback from 2 weeks ago. You guys remember what happened? Hold it, and of course. Of freaking course. Yeah, you guys remember that? I was making the run for season high score, and then I ended up getting 710, and I could only get 265. Good God, that hurt. And here I am making the attempt again, and I believe it did happen on the second shot in the 10th. So this is interesting. So I got the first one in the 10th. Here I go for the second one in the 10th. Shot looked good. Left the 10 pin. Couldn't get we're not getting 290, but at least it's not a 710, right? But this officially meant that I now have the highest season score for now until somebody tries to break it. As you guys could see there, those were the top 3 season high scores. I think a guy by the name of John Quevedo, I don't know how you pronounce that. He had like 268. I now have that, and I believe it's at 278 now. Unless I pick this up, it'll be 279, of course. For me, I was just not only relieved that it was finally done, but, relieved that, this was just the last shot and that I didn't have to bowl another shot because I was so out of it. I just wanted to pass out. And I'm not going to lie, I shouldn't have had that large cup of soda too, that it didn't sit well. If any of you know what I'm talking about, like, so I got it, luckily, thank God, that ended up being 279, so really good way of saving myself. That's what you call coming in clutch right there. But yeah, have any of you like ever had like a bottle or a cup of soda or something and you drink it real fast and then you can feel it in your stomach and it's just not sitting well and you feel like you're gonna be sick? I felt like that too, so I made it like 10 times worse on myself. Not only was I like totally out of shape on this one, but I had that large cup of Sprite and I shouldn't have. But I was feeling hot. I was the fan that we had above us really wasn't helping keeping us cool. And yeah, I was just glad that this one was over. But for me to be able to shoot 279 and having no practice, having not practiced in like 2 weeks and feeling so out of it, I gotta say it's pretty impressive. But at the same time, it's not something to brag about because it's only league, it's only a house shot, and I was using a urethane ball. And I don't know. I mean, to me, that pitch black is just such a cheater ball. I mean, this is a perfect example of it. How the heck was I able to shoot a 279 when I was falling off of my shots, when I felt like I was just like mentally not there? I don't know. It's just a mystery to me. But I did it. I now have the season highest score for now until someone else tries to take it. But yeah, I will say that 279 definitely saved us from humiliation. All right, everybody, let's look at this league summary for week 15. So as you can see, we started off pretty badly with the 169. We moved it upward with the 180, and then we really came in clutch with that 279. Unbelievable. Still don't know how I did that, but I did it. And that gave us a series total of 628, down from the series total from 2 weeks ago when we had the bye, which was 649. And the series required to raise the average was 643, which to me is insane because I'm pretty sure from week 14, the series required to raise my average plus one was like in the low 600s, like somewhere between 600 and 610. And now, because I am at a 200 average, now my required series has to be above 640. Like, are you kidding me? It's insane how the required series got raised that high. So I'm definitely in for it now to try to raise my average. But anyway, the pin total after week 15 is now 9,030 after 45 games played. That keeps my average at 200. And as you can see, we only went up from 0.04 to 0.66. But yeah, that literally doesn't do nothing. I mean, it does get us closer to 201, but still, it stays right where it is at 200. And as you can see there, the highest game is no longer the 265 that we got from week 14, where I tried to make the run for season high score. It's now the 275, 279 in week 15. And yeah, we redeemed ourselves with that one for sure. And the highest series remains 685 from week 11. So now I guess all we need to do to make this go full circle is to get a 700 series, and I will have done that. And then of course the chase for 300 is gone for 2022. I shot at 300 in practice in 2020, and I shot at 300 in practice in 2021. I could not get a 300 in practice in 2022, nor could I get it in league, even though there have been several attempts. You guys saw those in league as well. I did have an attempt in the summer league, but yeah, to no avail. So anyway, that's it for week number 15, and I definitely got to get back to practicing, that's for sure, getting myself conditioned for this stuff again, especially because my main man, Mike Romero, announced recently on his Facebook that he's going to have a handful of 8-gamer tournaments coming up, so I definitely want to get signed up for those. And yeah, hopefully I'll be ready to go by then, because I'm definitely still feeling like I'm out of it. I'm still recovering from all the vacation time that I took, all the partying, all the eating and drinking that I did. So, yeah, I've got some work to do, guys. I have got some work to do. So, yeah, that's it for week number 15, and we move on to week number 16. I'll see you guys then.